Cool. All right, we are live. Heights, Tallahassee, what's going on? What's going on? So everyone, go ahead and make sure you mute your mics. Mute your mic. We will, and I'll make sure I'll just have to mute you. We will have some time if I can at the very end to answer some questions, but I'm gonna get started here in just a second. I see people are chiming in. We got so much here. Wow. All right. I'm gonna be respectful of your guys' time because actually I have to head to the airport and exactly at 8, so I can't run over. So I'm gonna get started. Is that cool? Let's get this bad boy started. So you guys probably found me. Let me put it on speaker real quick. Hold on. Okay, cool. I'm just trying to admit everybody in. All right, now everyone's in here. Okay, let me spotlight myself. All right, there we go. Maryland, what's up? What's up, everybody? What's up? All right, guys, let's get it going. So you guys are joining this masterclass because you want to know more about government contracting. You want to know more about how you can make 6 and 7 figures a year with government contracting. And that's what I'm going to give you tonight. I'm going to be able to talk about stuff that I can't talk about on social media. That's the beautiful thing about tonight. There's a lot of things that I can't talk about on social media. And again, it's not all about weapons and war and stuff like that. I mean, we have some students recently who've won some contracts, and we'll talk about that here later when it comes to arms and all things of that nature. But it's not about that. It's about the concept. So what I want to do, guys, tonight is I want to tell you about the concept, right? I want to tell you about how you can get started in the middleman process. I want to lay out my whole system. I want to answer some questions, and we go from there. Is that cool? If that's cool, put a 1 in the chat. Because I don't unmute, because we got over 170 people here. But is that cool? Put a 1 in the chat. Okay, cool. And I promise you, this is not my usual setup. I know I shouldn't even be apologizing, but this is not my usual setup. I usually have a really nice camera. I'm usually in my studio at my house and all that good stuff. I'm just in a hotel right now. So I'm just gonna keep it real, keep it legit. And I will tell you this, guys, just so you know, if you don't know me, I was a school teacher for 8 years. I was a school teacher for 8 years. I'm here up in Ohio. So I taught special education. I say that just to say that I don't have a slideshow. I don't have a prepared slideshow. I'm not doing that deal because I'm just going to tell you guys how I do this. I'm just going to just. I will tell you. Okay. Here, let me change the setting real quick. Give me a second. Okay, boom. All right, we're not new to it. We true to it. All right. So Wes Fisher, school teacher, 8 years, up until COVID. Up until COVID happened. And when I got up into COVID, I was like, you know what? I got to figure out a way to make some other money. Let me see if I can show you guys what I got on my desktop here. So I wanted to show you guys, share some things with you guys. So I do have some things to share, and I'm not really going to get crazy with it. I had some pictures. Like I literally just grabbed some pictures beforehand just to give you guys an idea. So, this is me. One of my jobs before I was done teaching, I taught special education for 8 years. I work with mild to moderate people with disabilities. I got in a program for students that were seniors but had disabilities, and basically we helped them transition from school to working directly in the community. So this is kind of what I did. That was my professional career. Let's see, I think I have another picture here. Yeah, this is kind of another picture of just some of the students I worked with, and and they're great students that I work with. It was a great program, a couple of different programs. I had a program with students that actually had disabilities, were in college, and I also had a program that I was part of that they were in high school trying to get jobs. Now, so that's what I did near the end of my teaching career. Now, also, some people know where I'm coming from. Some people might not know. I also worked with students with autism who were on the spectrum, who had intellectual disabilities that were a little bit tougher. I had students that were nonverbal, physical. We had some things I can't show pictures of because we had some tough kids, and I can't really talk about the details about it. But I will tell you that I did the spectrum as a school teacher. COVID happened. I said I need to go figure out a way to make some money a different way. I like being at home, and I said I'm gonna go do something different. What's up, Atlanta? What's going on, y'all? Yeah, nonverbal. Hey, I love it. So listen, I said, let me go do something different. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, because I want to tell you guys my short story. I literally just grabbed some pictures because I this is how I roll. Just grab some pictures. This picture right here, this is what I did. This is my truck. Well, I don't have this truck anymore. But during COVID, I was looking for other things to do. So I went out and bought a course on how to flip pallets. I went out and found a way to pick up these trash pallets, go to factories in my area. I bought the truck. The truck had like 300,000 miles. I think I bought the truck for like $5,000. I bought the course for like $5,000. It was like a $10,000 investment. And the funny thing is, the reason I'm talking about this story was I was a middleman. The name of the course might have been something like Middleman something. I was a middleman. I was the person who picked up pallets from one company and took them to another company. Now, it was cool. I made good money doing it. But if you guys don't know, like I just said, I live in Ohio. So what that means, what does that mean when I say I live in Ohio? In Ohio, it gets very what? Just like in all the northern states. It gets very what? Yeah, it gets very cold. So I made good money, guys. I actually made almost a good close to 6 figures flipping pallets. I was out there flipping pallets, taking pallets over here, selling them for $3. And I was doing that while I was school teaching. And I was making good money. But, throughout the year, it got cold. I didn't want to be out there freezing. I was hurting my back picking up these pallets. I said, this is not for me. But I did like it because it's me and the truck and my dog. That's all I did. When I got off, I got in the truck. I got my dog. We went out and got pallets. Like my little, and when I say dog, I'm talking about a little toy Yorkie. I brought a toy Yorkie in my truck. That's my dog. But anyway, that was cool. But then I saw another opportunity. I saw government contracting. And what I found out was from Jason White, I was like, whoa, there's this thing called middleman in government contracting. Because as a pallet guy, when I was a school teacher, I realized when I went on vacation with my wife and we went to, Vegas or went to Mexico, wherever we left, I wasn't making any money. If our truck wasn't moving or my truck wasn't moving, I wasn't making any money. Okay. Any business owners in the house that if you're not there, you're not making any money. Put a 1 in the chat. If you're a business owner or you have a skill or a trade and you realize like, wait a second, if I'm not there actually making the cake, if I'm not there actually doing the pie, if I'm not actually there moving the pallet, I don't make money. Put a 1 in the chat. I see the ones in the chat. I see the ones in the chat. That's the realization that I came to as well. I was like, no. I'm looking at y'all faces. I can see all y'all, by the way. So what's up, everybody? I see everybody in here. Give me a wave. I see everybody. I'm going page by page. We got 9 pages of people. 9 pages. Wow. A lot of people in this house. What's up, y'all? So anyway, guys, long story short, I found government contracting and I was like, you know what? This is the deal. Government contracting, the reason I do it, what's up, John? The reason I do government contracting is I can find a company who can do the physical work and I don't have to be there. I don't have to be physically present. I don't have to do the physical work, and I can do it from home. That's the long story short, right? Long story short. Now, what I want to do tonight, guys, to give you guys some information, give you guys the details, I'm going to go ahead and go through the steps on how you can do the same thing too. And what I'm not going to waste your time with tonight, I'm not going to talk about the LLC. I'm not going to talk about your EIN number, register on Sam.gov. If you came here for that, just get on my email list and check out some of our free content. Is that cool? Can I put cool in the chat? If that's not cool with you, like, I need an LLC. Listen, go to your local Secretary of State, go get an LLC, or go to InkFile, go get an LLC. Like, just go take care of that. You can get an LLC in about 24 to 48 hours, okay? Just take care of that yourself. When it comes to registering on Sam.gov, within our program, we do have videos and training on it, but I'm not going to go over how to get on Sam.gov because how much does Sam.gov cost, everyone? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. It's free. All right. It's free. It's zero. So people are like, hey, Wesley, can I pay you to do my registration? No, it's free. Go get it done yourself. Like, I don't have that. I looked into maybe getting a service and charge people to do it. And then I was like, you know what? I don't want to do people's registration. Just go do it yourself. It's free. Okay. If you're struggling with Sam.gov registration, I'm gonna give you guys a bonus tip right now. And whenever I drop some fire or some good tips, put a fire emoji in the chat. Just let me know is resonating with you. But whenever you're stuck with your registration with Sam.gov, call the number. There's a number at the bottom of the page on Sam.gov. Their customer service, I don't say this lightly, the customer service, and again, I don't work for Sam.gov, nor do I own Sam.gov. It's the federal government. The customer service for Sam.gov is the best customer service I've ever had in my life with anything, better than American Express Platinum. The customer service with Sam.gov is so good. So if you're stuck with your registration, call Sam.gov and tell them, hey, what's going on? I'm stuck. This is not working, or this didn't get validated, or that didn't get that. If you got it, say I got it, and put the fire emoji in the chat. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. All right, let's get to some education. Let's get to some education. So what I want to do, guys, I want to give you guys a high level of how Sam.gov works and how you can make 6 and 7 figures a year doing this. Now, I've now been doing government contracting for 2 years, and I'll make a long story short. My first government contract, some of you guys might have seen it on my YouTube, my first government contract was for Catholic services in the federal prison, and I'm not Catholic. It was in California. I live in Ohio. Now, put a question mark in the chat if you want to know, how did he do that? Put a question mark. How did you get a Catholic priest to do Catholic services in the federal prison in California, and you're not Catholic, you don't live in California? Y'all know this, because watch this. I've never seen the prison. I have no clue what the prison looks like, but I've been getting paid on that contract for 2 years. All right, Sam.gov. All right, let's do a little education. Let's do a little education. All right, let's close some of these tabs. So the website, obviously, you guys heard me say it 1,000 times. The website is Sam.gov. And again, if you look, let me make myself smaller here. If you look right here to the top right, it says official US government website, 100% free. When you type in Sam.gov, actually, you know what? Because I'm on my own Zoom call, I can say this. I can't say this on social media, but I can say this. Let's type in Sam. What I want to do, Sam.gov. Let's type in Sam.gov. Actually, it's not too bad today. It's not too bad. Actually, it's not too bad. They must have got their ads down. There's a lot of companies. They must have got their ads down. Okay, it's not bad. But there's a lot of companies out there that will pose like they're Sam.gov, like they look like Sam.gov, like they'll even use this logo and they'll say register on Sam.gov, but they're not actually Sam.gov. It's not an official government website. So if the website does not look like this, you are at the wrong website. I've had people message me. That's why I'm saying this. I know some of y'all like, Wes, we get it. Move to the next step. No, I have so many people that hit me up on social media. Wesley, I was on that Sam.gov, like you said, and they try to charge me $800. Why is it charging me $800? You are at the wrong website. Okay, stay with me. Stay with me, y'all. The website is Sam.gov. Put it in the chat. Everyone type it in the chat. www.sam.gov. Sam.gov, Sam.gov, okay? Thank you for clearing the screen because I ain't know how to turn that off, so I appreciate it. All right, let's get started. So guys, what I'm gonna teach you guys tonight, if you're taking notes, get your paper, pen and paper out, let's go. You got me for an hour, guys. This is only an hour. This is only going to 8, and I gotta hop on a plane. I got to go. Taking notes, here we go. What I'm gonna give you is the 3 steps to actually doing government contracting, okay? There's 3 steps. Now, after you got registered, after you got your LLC, there's 3 steps you wanna do. The first step you wanna do in government contracting is you wanna go make a list of opportunities to bid on. And watch, I'm gonna show you how to do it. It's this simple. Go to Sam.gov, click on search. And by the way, guys, this is gonna be on YouTube for a limited time. So if you're watching me on YouTube, cool, great. If you're watching a replay, cool, great. It's gonna be on YouTube for a limited time. But go to Sam.gov, click on search, click on contract opportunities. There you go, contract opportunities. And then there's a couple of ways you can do it. I'm just gonna give you guys the one for the day. I'm gonna click exact phrase, and I'm gonna see how many the government posted today. Take a look at that number, y'all. What is that number of results on the screen? Put it in the chat. What's that number of results? What's that number of results? 47,345. That's how many opportunities or notices were posted today. Now, they're not all notices. Like, some of these are award letters. These are people that actually won contracts. So somebody won this contract at Death Valley National Park. They just won the contract. Let's see how much it is. For $121,000. Someone just won that contract. Someone also won this contract because it says award notice. Let's see how much this is. I'm just curious. Oh, they won this contract for $1.9 million. 1,999,871.75 for rehabilitation at the national park. Someone just won a $1.9 million contract. But my point is, the next one on the list, fire pump rental. This is an opportunity. And here's the best part about, and again, guys, if you're taking notes, write down step 1. Step 1. Someone said, I knew it was gonna happen. Someone said, wait, do it again. I do it, so I was waiting. Did I go too fast? Who wants me to do it again? Put a 1 in the chat real quick. Wait. Do it again. Do it again. Put a 1 in the chat. Let me do it again. All right, I'm doing it again real quick. Sam.gov. Click on search. Oh, let me go do it one more time. I'm gonna say this. You do not need to log in. Okay, guys? And I'm giving you guys some advanced training right now. I don't log in when I'm actually doing government contracting. I only log in when I have to update my profile and do things with my profile or do some other advanced tactics. But I don't log in when I'm doing government contracting. So if you don't have a login for Sam.gov, you can 100% look at what I'm doing right now because it's the government, guy. It's the federal government. It's open. It has to be transparent. This stuff is not through a login paywall. You can just go to the website, click on search, under domains, click contract opportunities. And if you want to see what was posted today, click exact phrase, 47,345. I'm gonna give you guys one more. If you want to see all the opportunities, scroll down to the bottom and click active, inactive. So boom, I'm gonna go ahead and check this box. So now I have, put it in the chat, y'all. How many results do we got now? Put it in the chat. 4.7 million. Now listen, obviously there are not 4 million opportunities available right now because I did check the box inactive, but this is also a way to search Sam.gov without sorting. Now you can sort. You can go into here and put your city and your state and all that stuff. And we talk about that in our mentorship program. We talk about that in the 5-day challenge, and we'll show you how to do all these different tabs. But right now, I just want to give you guys a high level. If you want to see all the opportunities, 4.7 million results. Some have been awarded, some are in the past. If you want to see what's posted today, exact phrase. If you got it, say I got it. If you got it, say I got it. Now I'm gonna pause for a second and just make sure everyone got it. If you got it, say I got it. Okay? You got it? So listen, what I do in my mentorship program and even in my training is I show people like what I just showed you guys right now. Do y'all know that? Actually, let me do this real quick. If you're registered on Sam.gov, like you've been on Sam.gov, you know what Sam.gov is. And let's say this, you never submitted a single proposal, put a 1 in the chat. You've been on Sam.gov, you never submitted a single proposal. I'm gonna do another one. If you've been on Sam.gov, wow, the ones are going crazy. Melanie, Wanda, Chris, Simon. Oh my goodness. You've been on Sam. Well, I'm gonna do one more because that went crazy. You've been on Sam.gov and you've been on Sam.gov for 2 to 3 years and you never won a contract, you never submitted a proposal, put a 1 in the chat again. Ones go crazy. All right, y'all know my spiel. I'm gonna say it like I gotta say it. I got good news and bad for you. Good news and bad news for you. All right. Y'all want the good news or y'all want the bad news? Which one y'all want first? Because I'm real. I'm transparent. Good news or bad news? I see good news. I see bad news. I want to say both. Okay. Here it is. The bad news is Sam.gov is free. And what that means is it's easy to do. It's easy not to do. So what that also means is that the average, and this is not my stat, this is according to Sam.gov, this is according to all the contracting officers that I'm familiar with. The average company, write this down. I don't want you to be average, but the average company takes 2 to 3 years to win their first contract. And this is an open book quiz. I already gave you the answer. Why does it take the average company to win their first contract in 2 to 3 years? It's not experience, effort. No. Who's that? I went too fast. Not submitting. Yes, the average company just hasn't submitted a single proposal until about 3 years in. It's not until about 3 years, sometimes even 4 years, that companies are like, you know what? Let me go start bidding. And then they go bid, they go put 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 proposals in, and then they go win one. But I say all that to say that what I just showed you guys right now in less than 2 minutes is something that's took some people 3 years to do or more. As Andre was here, he would hear me out, or more. Any CAU people in the building? Any CAU people in the building? Or more. Or more. What's up, Ashley? I see you. What's up, Ashley? It's taking people 2 to 3 years to win their first contract or more. I've spoken to people on the phone that have taken 6 and 10 years. Well, not even taken. They've been in for 10 years, 6 years, and they've never submitted. Okay. All right. So step 1 was find the opportunity. Okay. Step 1 was find the opportunity. Now, what we're going to do over the next 5 days in the 5-day challenge, in my mentorship program and all that good stuff, is I'm going to help you fine tune what to look for. You know, why do we look for opportunities that are due within 2 weeks and not 2 months? Because in 2 months, they could go away. In 2 weeks, their money's there. Strategies like that, we're going to lay out to you. Okay. Now let's go to step number 2. Step number 2, y'all, I promise you is real simple. And I'm just pulling up a random one here. Fire pump rental. Fire pump rental. I don't know what a fire pump is. I can guess and assume what it is, but fire pump rental. So I randomly clicked on one. And here's the thing. Here's the best part about government contracting. If you guys didn't know, we're doing the middleman concept, right? We're doing the middleman concept. And what that means by the middleman concept, that means we're not physically doing the work. We're going to partner with a company to do the work. So in step 2, write this down. I don't know why I can't see my chat. Oh, here we go. I got my chat back up. And remember, guys, put the fire emoji in the chat. All right. Someone said pass through. Good. I'm glad someone said pass through. Put a 2 in the chat if you're like, Wesley, to be a middleman, is that illegal? Is that a pass through? Like, how do you get through the whole pass through thing? How do you get through the whole, like, isn't that illegal? Like, how does this work? Okay, some people are being honest. Some people are not being honest. Put a 2 in the chat. Put a 2 in the chat. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Put a 2 in the chat. Now, let me see. I don't know if Curbs, if you are here, man, say something. I don't know if Curbs is on my live tonight, because I do have a contracting officer who pops in every once in a while, and he gives you his 2 cents. But I'm gonna give you guys the answer. The answer is so simple, y'all. Y'all gonna be blown away. The government allows us to assume the past performance of our subcontractors, right? You got to think about it. Lockheed Martin, Boeing, all the big boys, and think about it. I think I said it this way the other day, and people like it blew their mind. Lockheed Martin might go build a brand new jet for the government, and that jet might be $60 million for one jet. Lockheed Martin didn't make the software in the jet. Lockheed Martin didn't make the modules in the jet. Lockheed Martin didn't make the glass in the jet. Lockheed Martin didn't put the wheels on the jet or get the rubber for the wheels. Lockheed Martin, on one jet, Lockheed Martin might partner with 100 different subs. And I'm just giving you guys the big picture. That's how Lockheed, and if you don't know who Lockheed Martin is, it's one of the biggest government contracting companies in the world. So understand that the government understands that they understand that I might be a total small business and I want to partner with another company and I don't have the capability to do it. So I'm legally able to partner with those companies. And I want to give you guys some concrete information. When it comes to the FAR, again, if you haven't seen my YouTube video, go to my YouTube video on the middleman concept. But when it comes to the FAR, if you guys don't know what I mean when I say FAR, the FAR is the Bible of government contracting, the Bible. When it comes to the FAR, not all FAR clauses apply to a solicitation. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look right here. Look right here. We got FAR clauses right here. These are FAR clauses. They'll tell you what applies and what doesn't apply. There's a FAR clause specifically that talks about limitations on subcontracting. And there's a way that the government will tell you, like you'll even see it here. You'll even see limitations on subcontracting. You can't subcontract, or this has got to be a veteran-owned company only. Let me ask you guys a question. And I'm not a veteran. If it says veteran-owned company, can I bid on it? Yes or no? I'm not a veteran. No. If it says woman-owned company, I'm gonna be socially even politically correct, and I don't identify as a woman, and it says woman-owned company only, can I bid on it? Yes or no? I could bid, but can I win it? No. So what I'm going to tell you guys when it comes to the middleman strategy and FAR clauses is you just got to read the FAR clause. If it says don't sub it out, it's only for this type of people, or you got to do it this way, then you don't do it. But here's a beautiful thing. I'm going to tell you guys some secrets. 98% of all the opportunities on Sam.gov, you can sub out. 2%, you can't sub out. That's long story short. I don't want to bore you guys with that information. So again, reference back. Thank you for the fire emojis. I appreciate that. Reference back my YouTube channel to get more detail on that. Okay. Reference about my YouTube channel. Again, someone said 51% rule. Again, remember, because okay, that's a good question. Let me touch on that question before I move on. Let me touch on that question. Could be someone said 51% rule. Let me ask you guys a question, because I got to make sure I mention this. And let me turn this off and I'll get back to step 2. Let me say this real quick, because this is a yes or no question, and this is very important. This is for everybody. This is very, very important. Where's my chat at? I want to see my chat. Here we go. It's very important. Is all work physical? You gotta turn the hammer. You gotta put the. No, all work's not physical. Okay. So if the government says you got to do 51% of the work, does that mean you have to paint 51% of the house? Yes or no? Okay. Nope. The answer is no. All work is not physical, guys. I got a contract in Oregon for porta potties, right? Cleaning porta potties. We had to rent a bunch of porta potties out in Oregon. It was in the middle of some camp area and out in the middle of Oregon somewhere. I don't know. I never been there. And you gotta pump the porta potties. You gotta clean them out. You gotta spray them down. You gotta take them somewhere, and that's how you gotta clean the porta potties. I won that contract, made about $10,000-$12,000 on that contract. I never cleaned the porta potty, but I did 51% of the work. What was my 51%? Put it in the chat. What y'all think? What was my 51% of the work? Ooh, someone said value. Someone said administration. Someone said management, admin, speaking my language, billing, administration, management, coordination, all of the above. That means I actually did work. Is this helping people? Is this helping anybody? I hope this is helping y'all. Yes, cool. Put a 1 and put a fire emoji in the chat. Is this helping y'all? I've always done 51% of the work. I just do it from home. And the government allows me to do that. Okay? The government allows me to do that. I'm glad it's helping people. All right, let's keep going real quick. Step two, fire pump rental. Again, I don't even know what a fire pump is. And I promise you guys, I do this all the time with my government contracts. Okay. I just Google fire pump. Oh, they could be big. They could be some big boys. They could be big and they also be small. I promise you, if I was working this contract right now, and actually, when does this due? Oh, this is due tomorrow. I got to fly out tonight. I might try it. We'll see. But if I was working this contract right now, guys, and step 2, if you're taking notes, write this down. Step 2 is contact the subcontractor. And ask them for a quote. Let's see. Can you touch on what to tell the company when you reach out to partner with them? I'm gonna give y'all ready for example? Y'all want an example phone call? Y'all ready? Y'all want an example phone call? I promise y'all, I make things so simple that when people hear it, they be like, shut up, Wes. Shut up. I promise y'all, this is my whole phone call. I'm giving y'all so much sauce tonight, y'all don't even know. Ring, ring, ring. Hey, this is so-and-so landscaping. Hey, do you guys cut grass? Yeah, we cut grass. Oh, okay, cool. You guys cut like commercial grass? Yeah, we do commercial grass. Okay, great. How much does it cost to cut 4 acres of grass at this location, this government building? How much would it cost? Like per month? Oh, that costs, maybe this much. Oh, maybe this much. Maybe I got to go out there and look at it. But more than likely, it's going to be around this much. Okay, bet. That sounds good. Okay, thank you. Click. I'm done with step 2. Hope y'all let that sink in. Someone put fire emoji in the chat. Again, I'm gonna go into. I have a whole. Again, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and do a shameless plug right now. We have the 5-day challenge coming up tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna put it in the chat. If you're not signed up for the 5-day challenge, I'm gonna put it in the chat. You can put in. Oh no, this is not the 5-day challenge. No, hold on. This is not the 5-day challenge. This is the 5-day challenge. Wrong link. Actually, you can even type in 5daymiddleman.com. Yeah, if you type in 5daymiddleman.com, you can sign up for the 5-day challenge, in which I'm going to spend a whole day on just that step. Okay. I know I went really fast, but I'm going to spend a whole day at 5daymiddleman challenge, 5daymiddleman.com. I'm going to spend a whole day on just that step. But I promise you, people are making it so much more complicated than it is. My students all the time, I'll have students call me, hey, Wesley, I'm struggling, man. I'm not getting quotes. What's going on? I don't know why I'm not getting a quote. I'm like, well, record your next phone call. Give me the phone call. They record a phone call because you're my mentorship program. You have that direct access to me. They shoot me the voicemail. I hear the recording. And the phone call goes like this. Hello, this is Ashley Smith, and I'm with ABC company, and I'm based out of this company, this state, and I would like to partner with you on a government contract. And will you please let me be a partner with you? Can you please give me a quote? I really appreciate you giving me a quote. I'm doing government contracting, and I'm gonna be the middleman in the contract, and you're gonna do the physical work, and I'm gonna do the administrative work, and then I'm gonna send you some information, and you can give me a quote. And this is a real phone call, people. And it's not even I'm talking about telling them too much. It's just like, get to the point. I promise you guys, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. Okay, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. I gotta serve you guys tonight. So let me get off my soapbox. So step 2, I would talk about in detail in the 5-day challenge. Make sure you get started. All right, when it comes to getting a quote. So in step 2, guys, we look at a solicitation, and I'll teach you guys really quickly how you can go to one document really quickly, and you can find out exactly what the government made. Watch this, y'all. I'm done. It took me 2 seconds. I've now found exactly what the government needs. Monthly rental of a fire pump rental. And right here, I thought I saw the name of it, or I saw the size of it. But this page is going to give me the information I need. 1,000 GPM at 160 PSI. That is the fire pump that I need. Now, again, I don't know if this is going to give me exactly what I need, but let me see what happens. Because I don't know anything about anything. I promise y'all, I don't need to know anything about fire pumps. This one's for sale. So they're okay. So they are the big boys. They are the big boys. 1,000 GPM. Okay, so I would reach out to probably. I worked with Sunbelt before. I would reach out to Sunbelt and get a quote with them and find out. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. These things are crazy. These things are $10,000, $20,000 a month to rent, but it's all good. I will reach out to this company and I will get a quote on the unit that I need. And guess what, y'all? I'll make it so simple. Step 2 is now done. Okay. Now, obviously, we got to reach out to them. We got to send the emails. We got to make the phone calls. We got to do all that stuff. And you'll learn more about that in the 5-day challenge. But step 2 is just, and here's it. I went so fast, y'all might have missed it. Where do I find my subcontractors at? United Rental? Okay, I'll try United Rental. Google. Watch this. I went so fast, y'all might have missed it. How long did it take me to find the sub? 5 seconds. More like 5 seconds. I talked for a minute, but it took me 5 seconds. Anyway, hope this is sinking in for people. If I'm going too fast, I'm sorry. If I'm going too fast, I'm sorry. Let me tell you guys about a contract. I was going to show a video, actually. Did I put the video on my desktop? Let me see. If you guys don't know, I just got back from, well, I also just got back from Belize. No, I'll just put this picture up. I just got back from the Grand Canyon, right? I was out there at the Grand Canyon because I'm gonna give you guys an idea of numbers, because some of you guys are probably actually put a money sign in the chat if you're like, well, Wesley, how much money can we make doing this? And if I get a quote from the sub, how much money can I put on top? Put a money sign in the chat. Put a money sign in the chat. So I got a quote, y'all. I'm at the Grand Canyon. I just got back from the Grand Canyon like literally Wednesday. Okay, I went out to the Grand Canyon, and I didn't have to go to the Grand Canyon by you guys. Like, I've been doing government contracting for 2 years. I have never went to the government site, but this time it was the Grand Canyon. So you know what? I'm like, it's a tax write-off. I'm gonna fly out there. I'm gonna check out my government contract. I'm gonna peace out. I'm gonna chill in Vegas for a little bit, write the whole thing off. Give me some cool things, some gifts while I'm out there. So here it is. The government needed a cleaning of 77 chimneys at the Grand Canyon. Yes, there are houses for government employees at the Grand Canyon. And I found the opportunity on Sam.gov. I found the opportunity on Sam.gov in step 1. And in step 2, I said, I got to go find a sub. I couldn't find any sub in Arizona to do it. So I had to find subs in Nevada, in Las Vegas. So I hit up Las Vegas. I looked up chimney cleaning in Las Vegas. I called the first company. Hey, can you do chimney cleaning at the Grand Canyon? No, that's like 3-hour, 4-hour drive. Next company. No, that's like 3-hour, 4-hour drive. Next company. No, that's too far. Next company. Notice what I'm doing. I'm consistent. I'm going. And it's all took like a couple hours. I called the next company. Yeah, we can do it. I said, y'all can do it? They said, yeah, but we got to actually get lodging. We got to stay in a hotel. Like, we're going to be out there for some days. It's going to take probably like, I don't know, maybe like 2 weeks, or maybe 9 days to 2 weeks. I said, cool, whatever. How much is it going to cost? The company said it's going to cost 22. Was it 22? Making sure. Make my numbers right. Yeah, it was 22. The company said it's going to cost $22,000 to clean the chimney. I said, cool. I said, that's expensive. But I said, cool. $22,000. Okay, cool. I went to the government. Anybody, I know some people know the story. How much money would you have put on top? Put it in the chat. How much money would you put on top of that? And by the way, guys, this is step 3. I'm doing step 3 with you guys right now. I'm doing step 3. So step 3 is submit a proposal. Okay. This is step 3. So what I did is I went to the government and I said, hey, government, my company in partnership with this company, we're going to do the chimney cleaning for $48,000. My total bid was $48,000. What did I do? I doubled the money on my sub. Yeah, I did. Because you can. I probably could have charged more. I said $48,000. 3 weeks later, I got an email from the government that said, you won the contract. What was it? You won the contract for $257,000. Anybody confused? Like, wait a second, Wesley, you bid at 48, but you won the contract for 257. Wait a second, put a question mark in the chat. You're like, wait a second, something not adding up. I won the contract for 5 years. 5 years. And I went up in my price over some of the optional years. So my total contract was $257,000. And I won the contract for the first year. Basically, let me make a long story short. I'm gonna make a long story longer. Now I'm trying to give you guys the cliff notes here. By the way, guys, they finished the first year. We're done. By the way, it only took them, they said it was gonna take them 9 days to do it. They did it in 6 days. They knocked out all the chimneys in 6 days, first of all. And then second of all, it's a 5-year contract and it's a net 30. So right now, the government's going to pay me the $48,000. I'm going to pay them the $22,000. I'm going to keep $26,000. And I'm going to say, I'll see you guys again next year. There's some great guys. Got some great guys. Now, I didn't actually meet them in person. I got a picture of them. I know what they look like. I was kind of going out there just to check out the facility. But yes, oh, someone said, what is net 30? Net 30 means that they did the work first and I can pay them the money 30 days after work is complete. Now, again, I did take some risks, y'all. I did take some risks. And some of y'all, well, wait a second. Like, you had 22K laying around? I mean, I did. But they was like, well, all they wanted was, hey, Wesley, can you help us with the lodging and the hotels and getting our team out there to kind of do it? I'm like, well, how much? He was like, $8,000. I'm like, $8,000, bro. First of all, what hotel y'all staying at? But I was like, all right, yeah, I did it. I do it. And I paid them. I paid them with my credit card $8,000. So I did pay $8,000 up front, like out my money, out my pocket, $8,000. And some of y'all probably wouldn't even did that because y'all don't have the risk tolerance for it. Sometimes business is not for everybody. Some people don't have that risk tolerance because some of y'all are like, well, Wesley, if I paid them $1,000 and they didn't show up, what we would have did? Yeah, $8,000 is part of the 22. No, $8,000 is part of the 22. It was just $8,000 towards the 22. So I paid them $8,000 up front, and now they're waiting for the rest of their money is when I get paid. But y'all, this is an example of two things: submitting a proposal. This is an example of submitting a proposal, and then secondly, putting pricing on top. Now that's just one contract. Now I'm gonna give you guys my number. I've been doing government contracting for 2 years. I don't have it in front of me, but I've submitted about 130 proposals. I've won 14 contracts. I've been awarded over $2.8 million in contracts, and I make about $35K a month net. So I just put my numbers out there. Some people believe it, some people don't. Some people are like, well, I gotta see your bank account to believe you. Okay, cool. Believe it or don't, I don't care. It doesn't matter. All right, guys. So that's that process. So let me do this real quick. I'm seeing some questions in the chat. I will give you guys a second to ask questions here in a second. Just give me a quick second to make sure I got everything I need to get to you guys. So give me a second here. So that is the government contracting way. That is how we do it. That is the middleman process. Oh, well, I wanted to tell you guys. Well, actually, I want to ask you guys first, because we are on. Well, this is going to go on YouTube. I can talk about it on YouTube. Y'all want to hear about the biggest contract my student just got? Y'all want to hear about it? I'm gonna be quick. We got questions. And I gotta be careful what I say because I can't say certain things on YouTube or on the social media. If you guys know Dr. Karen, she's been with my program for about 6 months now. She's won 7 contracts. She's been awarded over $2 billion in contracts, all that good stuff. She's going to probably stop bidding on contracts and stop doing government contracting going forward because she's going to go and focus on one contract going forward. And I'm going to tell you why. She just won a contract for $12 million just to get it started is with the special forces. So it's not the Army, not the Navy, it's the special forces, military. And what she's gonna be doing is she's gonna be manufacturing weapons for the federal government. And what I mean by manufacturing, guys, I'm not talking about the middleman concept. Because she's a woman, because she's a minority, government reached out to her. And again, I don't really teach set-asides. We don't need set-asides. Now, if you talk to her, she doesn't have any set-asides because you don't need them. Go contract first, y'all. And here's a lesson to that. She won 6 contracts first. And then the government reached out to her because she's a woman and she's a minority. And they said, all we have is, and I'll be honest with y'all, all they had is white men that own these manufacturing companies. They said, we are going to groom you to make weapons for the federal government. Y'all, she got the FBI doing background checks with her. She's working with the ATF. They've interviewed her doctor. It's a go. So what the government did was they basically they're giving her $12 million to go get a location together. And I can't audit the locations, but they're going to get a location together because it's got to be low key. She's going to build the building up. She's going to make money on the building because we're already working with a real estate company and working with some, our people. Shout out to Razul. We're working with some folks that we're going to put the whole deal together. That will probably, I don't know, $5-6 million just on the property. And then the contract is 10 years. And it's for 30 millimeter rounds, grenade rounds. I don't know what they are, but 30 millimeter rounds. And what I mean by this is not the middleman concept. This is her company. Her company is going to the equipment. Her company, we're building this whole thing out. And this contract is starting at 12 million and it's going to go from there. So congrats to Dr. Karen. Shout out to my top student. Because y'all, if y'all don't know me, I should say that my students have been awarded over $7.5 million in the last months. But now because of her, add 12 on top of that. So she's killing it. I think that's all the details I'm going in because I can't talk about too much with that. I can't talk much more about that. But guys, that's how it works. And again, that's high level. I'm not saying you guys are going to start there. Heck no, you're not going to start there. Your first contract might be landscaping. Your first contract may be snow removal, in which you're making $8,000 snow removal in Minnesota over the next 3 years, and they only do the snow removal 4 months out of the year. That could be your first contract. But I'm saying that if you stay consistent with this, it can go a lot further than that, okay? It can go a whole lot further. So here's what I'm going to do, y'all. Go ahead and raise your digital hand. And real quick, before we do that, let me make sure I drop the one more time. If you're not signed up for the 5-day challenge, what are you waiting on? What are you waiting on? I'm going to be going into more detail. I'll be spending the next 5 days going over the steps to do this. Now, here's what I want to say, guys, what the 5-day challenge is for real quick. The 5-day challenge is for anyone who either you don't have an LLC, you do have an LLC. You've been on Sam.gov for 10 years. You don't have this. You've never been on Sam.gov. You bid on for it, you never won, or you won. That's the 5-day challenge for everybody. But I will tell you this, guys. The 5-day challenge is a challenge. It's $97. It's $397 for VIP. And the value is that just submit your first proposal. I'm not promising you you're going to be a millionaire from a 5-day event. You're probably not. But by attending the 5-day challenge, by submitting a proposal during my challenge, you are going to have a 2 to 3 year head start. I guarantee this. When you submit your first proposal in my 5-day challenge, you now have a 2 to 3 year head start over the competition because most people don't even submit until about 2 or 3 years in. Okay. Link is in the bio. The website is 5daymiddleman.com. Again, get your tickets. Start tomorrow morning. If you want to get VIP, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna do my question. The benefits of VIP is you get a Zoom call like this with me every day during the 5-day challenge. So from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., we on the Zoom call. It's a group call. I'm asking questions. We rolling. If you do the $97 ticket, you cool, but the $97 ticket is 12 to 1. And this is all Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so VIP is 2 hours a day. General admission, 1 hour a day. VIP, Q&A, questions and answers. We rocking and going. General admission, we watching it on the website, and we're going to be going like that. Okay. All right. Let's get to a few questions to answer. Let's see here. Miss Copeland, what questions you got? Take it away. I only got time for a few, y'all, but we're gonna do a few.
My question was, when you was explaining about the Grand Canyon contract, you said you paid them $8,000 before the work was completed or after?
Before the work even started, $8,000. Yes, ma'am.
Wow. So is that typical? Like, even though you're doing a net 30 with these companies, so in other words, to do this, you're gonna have to have some type of money, some cash.
That's a great question. I would say it's not typical. Out of all my 14 contracts, I've only done that once. So it's not typical. But I'll also would say this to you. Again, I know some people can't do it, but some got to change your mindset. If you want a contract, let's say for $150,000, and your actual cost of your sub is $50K, but they want a deposit of like 10 or 15K. So you're gonna make $100,000 on a contract, but pay us 15. Would you find the 15? Yes or no?
Yeah, I would try to. Yeah, I would try to, of course.
I say try. Yes or no?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So that's kind of the mindset behind it. Like, yeah, I agree. I'm glad you're asking the question, because again, some people are like, well, Wesley, I got to spend more money to make money with this. I don't even want. It's not really for me. That could be valid. But I will just tell people, like a lot of my students, most of the time we don't. Most of the time we can get that net 30. If you follow my system, we can get that net 30. But if you don't, you are going to make money on the contract, and you'll have to come up with the money. So that becomes to something you have to figure out.
So they asked you for $8,000 because you had already asked them for a net 30. What brought up the $8,000? Why did they need $8,000?
Because he needed to get the hotel for his team to go out there and set everything up.
Oh, okay. I know about the hotel. That's understandable. Because you said, okay, all right.
Yeah, I mean, and here's a good question. We work with small, we always work with small based businesses. And sometimes you guys are thinking like, Wesley, some of these companies can't float $22,000. Like he has cost, like he has people he has to pay, he has costs he has to do.
Right.
So a lot of these companies will say yes to net 30, but then they might say it like, well, hey, listen, I still gotta go pay John and Smith and Jay. Like I got some expenses. Like, can you help me with a little bit of these expenses and then do the rest on that 30? Yes. I'm gonna make 26% anyway. So yes.
Okay, so it's like help them help you. Help them help you, because you was already, it was hard to find someone even to do it within the certain distance. So they was willing to come out. Now I got one more question. And somebody else on here.
A lot of people that ask questions. So real quick,
okay,
I got a lot of people.
One of the other people asked about the factoring company.
I don't use a factoring company. I don't ever use them. I don't use them or touch them. Okay.
Thank you.
Cool. Problem. Thank you. All right. I got, this is Marquita Johnson. I'm gonna ask you to unmute. Take it away. If you got a question, raise your digital hand. I'm gonna ask you to unmute again. You muted yourself again, Ms. Johnson.
So back to, okay, so if you don't have the funding, what would be your next option? Say if you ran into a contract where like you had the $8,000 where you can go up front, but what if they need that and you don't have the funding for that company? What would be a step that you would take?
I would find the 8K, or you got two options. You can let a contract go. Like that's a good thing about government contract. People don't realize, like you can go win a contract, and then if you can't fulfill it, you let the government, you communicate with the government that you can't fulfill it, and you let the contract go, or you go find the 8K. But I'm not. The thing that I teach guys, I teach principles. I don't teach tactics. Like, yeah, you can go to the bank, and yeah, you can go get this, and you can go figure this out. The answer is go find AK or don't do it.
Gotcha. And another question: someone posted that your VIP is $8,000. Is that factual?
No, they were referring to a mentorship program. No, the
Okay.
VIP is. You gotta remember, yeah, the 5 day is the VIP for the 5 days $397, and it's just 5 days. So they're referring to a mentorship program.
And it's only that if you do the $97, you can only do it from the 12 to 1 o'clock. There's not like other times that you can do it for like people that work, or will you do like a one where it's later in the day?
No, I won't do one later in the day. I'll do a work for my schedule. But good question. There is a replay. We actually used to do a 24-hour replay and take the video down. I actually like more people value it more. But actually, if you guys join, you do have replays every day up until Tuesday the following week. So if you have to work from 12 to 1 and all you can do is watch the replay that evening when you get home or watch it the next day, there you go. The replay up only until Tuesday the following week.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Kobe, take it away. One question. Take it away real quick. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. I was just going to ask, how long does it usually take to get awarded the contract? Because I've actually submitted, I think, 4 proposals already. I've lost one. And another one was the quote had to be good for 60 days. So do they usually take the whole 60 days, or I'm waiting. I'm also waiting to hear back from 2 other ones, and I haven't heard anything back yet. And sometimes the POCs are actually hard to get a hold of.
Yep. All that's true. Great question. I would tell you guys, honestly, there is no timeline. I've submitted on a Monday and I've gotten an award letter on a Friday. I've also submitted 1 month and I've got the award letter 3 months later. So the secret to my system is just keep submitting and just keep following up, because yeah, the answer is the government does not have a timeline. Yeah. Great question.
Okay, well, I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Abraham, take it away. What's your question? Oh, I'm looking for my computer charges right here. Abraham, going once, going twice. Going once, going
Can you
twice.
hear me?
Yes, sir. Take it away.
Okay, I was wondering, how would you know whether to put a subcontractor under a 1099 or a teaming agreement? Like what form would you look for, or documents would you look through to see which one would be best for the contracts?
Great question. Here's my disclaimer. I am not a CPA, nor do I play one on TV. So I do not give tax advice, but I can give you my opinion. And my opinion is I don't use a 1099 with my subs. It's just an expense. If I have a $100,000 contract and I got to pay my sub 50 grand and I make 50 grand profit, then I tell the government I made 100 grand, I expensed out 50K, and my profit is 50K, and I pay taxes on 50K. But I am not a CPA, nor do I play one on TV. If you go to my YouTube channel, I have an interview with Albert. He's my CFO for all my companies. You guys can go to my YouTube channel. You guys can link up with him. You can book a call with his team. You can find out about his tax service and what he offers and the guidance that he gives you and how he goes about 1099s, how he goes about different things. But me, Wes Fisher, cannot give tax advice. Just opinions. Cool. All right. I think you must have muted yourself. Did you have anything? Is that good, Abraham? I think you muted yourself as you asked your question, but that's cool.
Yeah, that was good. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm asking more, not less for like tax advice, but more to make sure that your percentage of the work gets done. Because I think 99s are a little different, but to my understanding is a partnership or a teaming agreement is it's under your LLC, so it's under your name.
Yeah, when you mention the word 1090, so when you say 1099, you're talking taxes. When you say teaming agreement, you're talking about agreement. Yes, we do put I have a written agreement in place with all my subs. Lawdepot.com, guys. LAW Depot, DEPOT. Lawdepot.com is where I make my agreements with. And again, I'm gonna say that now. I'm not a lawyer, nor do I play one on TV, and I cannot give legal advice. But I do go to alldepot.com and I do put a teaming agreement, service agreement, whatever you want to call it. I do put an agreement in place between me and my subcontractor that lays out the price, that lays out the scope of work. Cool. All right, guys and gals, I'm gonna drop the link in the chat one more time, 5daymiddleman.com. I see we got a lot of hand raises. I can't even do the chat. I mean, there's literally, I think almost 400 people signed up for this, and there's like, I don't know, 300 people in here. So I'm sorry, I cannot answer all your guys' questions. 13 people. So Ashley said, don't miss my flight. I gotta go catch my flight. I gotta go home. But if you do want to continue this conversation, I will see you at 11 a.m. Eastern, and we'll hop into our Q&A. And I promise you, I will answer every single one of your questions in person on Zoom tomorrow at 11 a.m. But if you want to be at the 11 a.m. session tomorrow, you pay $397. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys the good news. Remember I said the bad news, Sam.gov is free? Y'all remember that? The good news is Wes is not free. I'm just being real. You get what you pay for. It's being real. But yeah, the good news is I'm not free. You can pay me money, and I can guide you. So, and the good news I will tell you as well, guys, is I'm also a guy who's doing government contracting, winning government contracts, and like I teach you guys something from yesteryear. I'm not like, oh, I made this $1 million contract, 5 years ago. All right, now let me just go be a coach and make money. It's like, I'm still doing government contracting. I'm actually going to be working with less people. Like you guys will see, if you join the 5-day and you're just in the mentorship program, only take a limited amount of people. And we're actually going to be taking less people this next week, only because I want to work with less people, because I just ain't got that much time. I want to just do government contracting and do what I love and relax. I ain't got to, as you guys watch my YouTube videos, like I got some people that want me to coach them. And it's like, I can't come on. So anyway, guys, that's the good news. That's the bad news. 5daymiddlemanchallenge.com, 5daymiddlemanchallenge.com. In the chat. Y'all have a good night. If you want to watch the replay to this training, go to YouTube. The channel is Wes Fisher on YouTube. Y'all have a good night. I gotta go catch a flight. All right, peace. Bye, Miss Copeland. It's nice talking to you.